The conclusions one is forced to draw from this very serious and disturbing information is that these cases reveal a growing sophistication and brazenness of Indian-sponsored terrorist acts in Pakistan. They fit the pattern of similar cases which have come to light in other countries, including Canada and the United States. Clearly, the Indian network of extrajudicial and extraterritorial killings has become a global phenomenon. Pakistan has remained a target of extrajudicial killings. We are now witnessing an increased sophistication in these operations as revealed in these two cases. It is critical to bring to justice the killers, their facilitators, and financiers involved in these assassinations. Indian agents need to face justice for their extrajudicial and extraterritorial killings in Pakistan and other countries. India must be held accountable internationally for its blatant violation of international law. India's assassination of Pakistani nationals on Pakistani soil is a violation of Pakistan's sovereignty and a breach of the UN Charter. This violation of Pakistan's sovereignty is completely unacceptable. Pakistan remains committed to protecting its people and securing its own sovereignty. Protection of Pakistanis and any foreign national on Pakistani soil is a high priority for the government of Pakistan. India's reckless and irresponsible act calls into question India's reliability as a credible international partner and its claims for enhanced global responsibilities. Thank you.
Okay, we will have a few questions because of the very busy schedule of the Foreign Secretary. We will keep this session very limited and request that the questions be focused only on the topic that is at hand. Ji Mateen Haider Sahab.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Foreign Secretary. This is an extraordinary network that you have shared information on Indian terrorism and proxy networks. What's the evidence of these killings that took place in Pakistan and how these killings connects to the government of India? Do you have some more evidence and details? Please share.
Thank you. The evidence is quite extensive. For instance, when the assassinations were carried out, there was a jubilation in certain circles of the Indian social media, gloating over the killings, that this was just retribution for enemies of India. There is also evidence of linkage of these killings with the Indian agent, Yogesh Kumar and the Ashok Kumar Anand. There are confessional statements of Umair and the other gentleman who has carried out the second assassination and their facilitators, and they have pointed the Pakistani authorities out to other members of the network who are now in our custody. We also have evidence of financial transactions, communications, and thus establishing a link between these Indian masterminds and the various facilitators and then the actual criminals who carried out the acts. Taken together, this is a fairly comprehensive package of evidence which clearly points out to the involvement of these Indian agents, we believe at the behest of their state, to carry out these assassinations on the territory of a sovereign state in complete violation of international law. And then there is the general atmosphere about this. We are not the only ones saying this. There is evidence also which the Canadian authorities have shared, and there is also news of the United States where another agent, Indian agent, has been caught trying to conduct a similar activity there. So taken together, it is fairly clear what India is doing in complete violation of international law.
Mr. Nazim.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Mohammed Nazim from Anadolu Agency. Do you think are these killings in Pakistan linked to similar events in USA and Canada? So have the investigators found any similarities in these killings in Pakistan? Thank you.
The modus operandi, if you look at it, I'm sure you mentioned it, United States and Canada, and what happened. The modus operandi seems quite similar. That instructions are received by Indian agents, we believe, from their headquarters back home. They then go about looking for contacts and contract killers in the local community, and then they execute the crime. In the case of the United States, the agents by chance ran into an informant who then subsequently referred them to an undercover officer in the United States. But the modus operandi seems to suggest that yes, there is a similarity in how these assassinations are being carried out.
Ms. Simon.
Some information cannot be shared at present because it is of a sensitive nature and impacts on the court cases that are underway. We, for instance, have their passport numbers and their identity. We can share it with you. We have some other information also. For instance, Yogesh Kumar who orchestrated the killing of Shahid Latif Saab, was born on 9th October 1996 in an Indian city, Sri Ganga Nagar in Rajasthan. The other gentleman, Ashok Kumar, we believe was born on 1st July 1958 in Kolia village of Karnataka. Information is also being still gathered, but as I said, some of it cannot be shared, but we have specifics.
Secretary Sahab, how many individuals other than these two targeted in Pakistan? There is a report that some other target killing in Pakistan in 2023. Have you found any clear evidence of Indian involvement in this case?
Right now, of course, as I've already said, we are sharing details of these two, but it cannot be discounted that there are other instances that have also happened. Investigations are underway, and as and when we have sufficient evidence, it will be shared with you.
We don't have time for many questions. Ali Hussain from Business Recorder.
Thank you. This is Ali Hussain representing Business Recorder. You have just highlighted as to how the Indian intelligence agencies are committing these assassination campaigns now across the world now. Are the Pakistani authorities aware of any such threat in future to Pakistani citizens? Will the law enforcement agencies be able to take on such kind of threats to Pakistani citizens? Thank you.
Following these incidents, of course, we have increased our vigilance. Knowing that now Pakistan is a clear target of Indian activities of this nature, our agencies and various other departments and ministries are exercising extreme vigilance. We do not discount the possibility that there may be other targets of Indian activities. To the extent possible, the Pakistani state will do everything that it can to protect its citizens. Where it has evidence, of course, the individuals will be informed that they need to exercise caution. We are doing everything that a sovereign state needs to do to protect its citizens in the face of this absolutely lawless criminal behavior.
We have to finish at 5:30. That's why this was the last question. My apologies, because there is an important meeting there for which the Foreign Secretary has to go. Our apologies. This was really the last question. Thank you very much.
I am really grateful for your time, please. Thank you very much.
सेक्रेटरी खारजा सारिस सजाद का
सेक्रेटरी खारजा मोहम्मद सारिस सजाद काजी मीडिया ब्रीफिंग दे रहे थे और उनका ये कहना था कि आलमी सतह पर भारत अब रियासती कत्ल में मुलविस है। मोदी सरकार ने इसकी रिवायत कायम की है। भारतीय एजेंट ने कत्ल का एतराफ़ भी किया है। 2 मुकदमात उनका ये कहना था कि हम फिलहाल सामने रख रहे हैं। मोहम्मद रियाज जो कि पाकिस्तानी शहरी है, उसे रावलाकोट में कत्ल किया गया, जबकि शाहिद लतीफ़ को सियालकोट में मस्जिद के बाहर कत्ल किया गया। उन्होंने कहा कि भारतीय एजेंट से मुतालिक हमारे पास सबूत मौजूद हैं। भारतीय एजेंट योगेश